Hi, welcome back to another episode of Speak Up for Blue TV, where you get the latest, greatest, and not so greatest ocean news happening around the world today. I'm Andrew Lewin, founder of SpeakUpForBlue.com, a website dedicated to supporting the ocean conservation movement through education, awareness, and action. Welcome to the Monday show. I hope you had a great weekend, and for those of you who are south of the border from me in the United States, I hope you had a great President's Day. Here in Ontario, it was the Family Day, a provincial holiday, which I did not get it off because I worked for the federal government. However, I still got to spend time with my kids and my family, so it was a fantastic day. Anyway, let's get on to the show. We got a lot to cover. We got 3 stories, all dealing with fish today, which is obviously a favorite for many of us. So the first one is actually a really cool. First story is actually a really cool picture that was released by National Geographic in Australia, and essentially it is a wobbegong shark which is devouring a bamboo shark, a very bright bamboo shark. And the diver who took this photo initially saw the bamboo shark. She was on a research trip doing a survey and saw the bamboo shark out of the corner of her eye and went to kind of take a closer look. And when she took a closer look, she noticed that half of the bamboo shark, the front half, was actually devoured by this wobbegong shark. And as you can see, the wobbegong shark is camouflaged, and it has a very large animal in its mouth, this bamboo shark. And the reason why it can take large prey like that is actually it's kind of cool. It can dislocate its jaw to make it a lot bigger, just kind of like what snakes do, and it allows the animal to grab larger prey and fit larger prey in its mouth. And the other kind of a cool thing that it has these rear-facing teeth. So it's sort of faced like this. The animal comes in here, and the rear-faced teeth kind of jab into it and hold the prey while the animal actually eats it and kills it, so that it doesn't get out of its grasp. So I thought this was kind of a cool thing to start off a Monday show with. Yes, it's kind of brutal. It's a shark eat shark world, but this is nature, and I think it's kind of a cool feature for an animal to not only be able to dislocate its jaw to fit bigger bigger prey in its mouth, but also to hold it with rear-facing teeth. So anyway, let's move on to story number 2, which is not so cool and not so positive, because a fishing consultancy won a bid by an Alaskan fishing company to build one of the largest vessels in the world for long lining fish. And this new vessel will be equipped with the latest, greatest technology, the longest, long lining equipment, and essentially it'll be able to catch up to 1 million pounds of fish on each trip, which is mind-boggling, because that's what we need, is be able to catch more fish in one single trip. Anyway, the vessels plan to fish in the North Pacific, the Bering Sea, and the Aleutian Islands. But I just don't get it. Countries around the world are trying to figure out ways to reduce the amount of fish being caught, or reduce the amount of bycatch being caught by certain fishing gear, one of which is long lining. Long lining, essentially, if you don't know what it is, this big long line, and it's set for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of yards or feet or whatever you want to say. It's just set there in the water, baited by hooks. Each of them have a hook, and then fish and other animals, whales and sea turtles and things, will actually clamp onto it, get caught, die from it, or get severely injured and eventually die. And it's just not a good way to catch a targeted species. Normally, used for catching large fish, predatory fish like tuna and things like that. But a lot of times it catches sharks that are unwanted, it catches sea turtles that are unwanted, and it catches whales and dolphins that are unwanted. And they're just thrown away, or maybe they're caught illegally, I don't know. But whatever it is, it's a damage to untargeted species, which is bycatch. And it's really a shame, and especially to put this long-lining vessel in the Arctic Ocean, where we know virtually nothing about. I mean, we're already going to start damaging an ocean where we don't know what's happening in it because of money, and we can because nobody knows anything about it, so nobody really cares anything about it. So if you can, let's maybe tomorrow I will make the show all about the Arctic, so that we get to know what's in the Arctic on the question and on the ocean trivia question. So maybe that's an idea for tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe it's a surprise, so stay tuned. Anyway, let's move on to the next story, which is essentially about the Gulf of Mexico. And we all know that the oil industry is huge in the Gulf of Mexico. And, as of 2 years ago with the big, Gulf of Mexico spill and the BP spill, it was this huge travesty to the Gulf of Mexico, the ocean environment in itself. However, oil platforms actually provide some sort of ocean service. Believe it or not, the oil platforms are great for creating this rich, diverse fish habitat around the Gulf of Mexico. So an oil platform or gas platform is installed in the ocean, and then corals and other species, sort of habitat generating species, are sort of attracted to it in one way or another, disperse there. They land there. They like it because it's a pole they can attach to it. Other fish come by as the habitat is kind of built up, and they all live happily ever after. They run their course and everything. However, once an oil platform is done being an oil platform and working, it's retired. And the U.S. federal government wants to destroy 120 of these retired oil platforms, which I guess aren't really generating any money. However, they're generating habitat for the ocean. So it's a real shame to see how the government wants to actually take these away, thinking that yes, they're probably an eyesore from the top, from the surface above. However, they actually provide some sort of function for the ocean. And on top of that, to destroy these or to take these platforms out, you don't just grab it and pull it out of the ocean and just throw it away. No, they have to be. A lot of them are actually blown up. So scientists a couple years ago estimated that if you blow a platform up, you kill an estimated 5,000 fish around the platform. And that doesn't include any kind of corals or invertebrates that are habitat builders. So you're actually doing more damage to the environment than just by removing the platforms than just keeping it in. So it just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, wouldn't it be better just to keep it in? I mean, the oil industry, oil and gas industry, actually caused such damage to the ocean. But for once, they actually have it. The oil industry and government have a chance to provide something good in terms of fish habitat from a bad situation. Yet they're going to just take it away and blow them up. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I would rather just see them left in and provide fish habitat for them. And that leads me to the question of the day today. Would you rather see oil platforms be removed, or would you like, knowing what I've just told you, would you rather them stay in? Let me know what you decide in the comments below. Click any of the the favorite, subscribe to my channel by clicking the button up here. Check out the last episode and the last episodes from last week over here. And click on the annotation below to see anything from our channel that we've ever done, notice updates and other people that we've subscribed to that are also doing oceans things on YouTube and around the world. So I guess this is the end of the show. So my name is Andrew Lowen, founder of SpeakUpForBlue.com. Happy conservation, and I will see you tomorrow for Ocean Trivia Day. See you later.